Welcome back to Challenge TV, the show for people interested in the Maxes and Maxines 12-week transformation challenge. So if you're someone who's been out of the loop for a while, maybe you haven't been training, maybe you're not in pristine condition and you want to be, or maybe you're someone who's already training but you just want to tweak it to get yourself challenge ready, here are some tips from Janet Kane.
Hi guys, we've had a look at some ways to get your nutrition side of things underway. Well, today we're outside to have a look at another very important part of the challenge, and that's your training. Many people, particularly those that have been away from exercise for a while, make the mistake of starting their training only once the challenge commences. This is not the ideal approach, however. So if you're someone that will be returning to exercise after a reasonable break, then we'd recommend you start working out a few days, or preferably a few weeks, before the challenge starts on February the 23rd. That first day of the challenge should not be the first time you've exercised and particularly lifted weights in a while. So right now is a great time to start preparing yourself for the challenge, and that's what we'll be talking about in today's segment. But there are a few basics to cover before we get started though. First, if you've been out of exercise for a while, it's always a good idea to get a quick check from your GP or other medical professional just to make sure you're A-OK to start any exercise program, let alone the challenge. Remember, as with your nutrition, preparation is key to success with your training. So once you've got the OK to get started, ask yourself a few questions. Are you planning on working out at home or at a gym? Are you expecting to train on your own, with a partner, or have you maybe even considered a personal trainer? If you're training at home, what equipment have you got and will it suffice? You'll probably just need some dumbbells or barbells with interchangeable weight discs, maybe a bench press, a rack or multi-function station and an area to work out. You can pick up some equipment from sporting outlets, eBay, even some second-hand sales. And whilst it's not important to set up a full-scale gym at home, the more equipped you are, the more options you have to train with. Also, now's a great idea to get your training gear set up where we've got some runners and some workout gear, something that's functional and very comfortable. Now, if you are planning on training at a gym, do you already have a membership? Or you need to find a local gym in your area? If you do, make sure that it has the hours and equipment that suits your plan and lifestyle. Check them out first if you can and even get your membership started. But be sure whatever the membership is, it suits both your budget and your lifestyle. Some gyms offer fixed terms and some monthly renewable options. So again, be sure to do your research. If you're planning on training before work and cannot get home afterwards, check out the change room facilities available and even check things like the parking availability for the times you will frequent the gym. This planning can have a huge impact on your day, convenience and even the quality of your training. Okay, so now you've figured out where you're going to train, with whom, and even got your gear sorted. What now? It's probably time to figure out what kind of training you want to do. Now, there's a couple of great programs on the Challenge website, but if you've been out of action for a while, I'm going to set you up with a great little program today that'll definitely get you started. It's a great full body workout you can do at the gym, at your local park or beach, at home in your lounge room, or if the weather permits, just in your backyard like we're doing today. This workout will not only get you started and get your body moving, but it's one that you can do at your own pace and can be modified to do as much or as little as you feel capable. Today we're going to do these exercises one at a time, but if you like, you can do this as a circuit and follow one after the other. Up to you. You won't need much equipment, just a set of dumbbells, a step, bench or chair, and maybe a mat or a towel. The first exercise we'll be doing is walking lunges with some dumbbells, and just concentrate on keeping your back nice and upright and push off the back foot as you step into the next lunge. We're going to be focusing on just keeping your knee just slightly tracking over your second toe, keeping your back upright and squeezing the glutes through each move. If you don't have any dumbbells, you can just do it with body weight. We're going to do 10 steps up and 10 steps back. If you're not capable of doing that many, taper it back to about 8. If you can do a little bit more than the 10 reps, just carry a bit more weight. We start with the walking lunges because it's a great movement to work your entire body, and your legs are really your powerhouse. So we want to start with those ones first, and it's a great one to get your heart rate started. The next exercise is a dumbbell overhead press. We are going to be working the shoulders and the upper body. We'll work on doing 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps again, and about 30 seconds to a minute rest in between each set. With the shoulder press, what we're focusing on is the shoulders, and we're focusing on having a nice arc as we're pressing upwards. The dumbbell overhead press is a fairly straightforward exercise. We're concentrating on using the dumbbells just above shoulders into a nice formed arc above our heads and just controlling on working the shoulders and the upper body. You can work this one with dumbbells either seated or standing, but if you are standing, just ensure you get a nice strong posture and an upright back. The next exercise is a bent over row. Again, we're going to use the dumbbells and just keeping a nice flat back with this one and concentrating on the squeeze. The dumbbell row is an excellent exercise for working the back and concentrating on giving that nice shape right through your full lats. This is a great exercise for working the back, and we're going to be doing 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps again. About 30 seconds to a minute in between each set. Now the next one's a push-up. Everyone knows what a push-up is, but you can either do them on your knees or your toes, whichever you're capable of. Today we'll use the dumbbells, and I'll be using the dumbbells just to rest on. So if you are in a park, you don't have to touch the ground even. This can be challenging for some people, so just do as many reps as you can with nice form. The next exercise, the dumbbell curl, is one of the oldest exercises. It's a very simple one but most effective. We will be using the dumbbells again and just simply curling with our bicep. It's a nice isolated move to focus on the bicep. There's various ways that you can do a curl, but today we're just going to focus on keeping our palms forward and a nice squeeze at the end of the contraction. We're going to be doing 3 sets of 10 reps today, both together, and that will also be a great way to save time. The next exercise is a tricep dip, and you'll need to use a bench or a chair or a step if you've got one. With this exercise, we're going to use our arms behind our back onto the bench and using our body weight, either outstretched onto your heels or you can be bending at your knees. The last exercise is a sit-up. It's a very common one. We all know how to do a sit-up. However, there's a few things to concentrate on with a sit-up, and it's just ensuring that you're squeezing your abs or your core as you're coming up and you're not heaving your head and using momentum to come up. So we'll focus on nice strong abs as we're sitting up. Many people think you need to do lots of sit-ups to get a great set of abs. Well, you don't actually need to. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 here, even 12 reps, but just do them well. Now remember, if you haven't worked your muscles for a while, it's perfectly normal to feel some muscle soreness. But this is more like a marathon than a sprint. So start at your own pace and go with what you're comfortable with. As always, remember to focus on what you can do. Get prepared, give this workout a go, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks, Janet. Good stuff. Well, we're just about out of time for this week, but before we go, remember, there's only a few short weeks before the challenge starts. If you want to be on board and get in the best shape of your life, then you must register first to be involved. And registration for both the Max's Muscle Up and Maxine's Shape Up Challenge open on Monday, Feb 9. Both challenges then start on Monday, Feb 23. This year, the Maxine's Shape Up Challenge for women and the Max's Muscle Up Challenge for men incredibly has over $200,000 worth of prizes on offer, including a luxury overseas holiday, Max's sponsorship, plus much more. The challenges are free to join and open to both men and women. You just need to be over 16 years of age and residing in Australia to enter. So what are you waiting for? If you haven't done so already, head to maxchallenge.com.au for the guys and maxineschallenge.com.au for the girls and get interested, get inspired, and most of all, get ready to get in the best shape of your life. Believe me, you won't regret it. Now, before we go, let me tell you about next week. Next week we've got, are you waiting, a 1-hour doco on the top 10 blokes from 2014. Their inspirational journey, their stories, the ins and outs. It'll inspire you, it'll motivate you, it'll get you in the zone. Tune in next week, that's going to be great. Thanks for watching.